Leagues 5 has just been announced over the weekend at Summer Summit, and today we're going to talk about everything we already know. We don't have a ton of specifics just yet, but we do have a very good general idea of what Leagues 5 is going to be. The name of Leagues 5 will be Raging Echoes, and the biggest confirmation we do have so far is that regions are back, and going forward they are going to be a core aspect of Leagues. Meaning that all of these regions you have already come to know and love will be making a massive return for Leagues 5, but with one major twist: Varlamore will be added in Leagues 5, and with a release date set in November of 24, being in just a few months, the second iteration of the Varlamore update will also be released just prior. As for the general core basics of how the league's going to work, not a lot has changed since Leagues 4. We'll still only have the ability to pick 3 different regions, starting with Misthalin and with the automatic unlock of Karamja prior to that. Relics will be making a return, but we will mention a twist coming with that. Unlimited Run will not be going anywhere, and then things like the XP and drop rate multipliers will continue to scale with your task completions. But now let's talk about what's new and makes Raging Echoes unique. A majority of the combat-related relics have now been replaced with something called Combat Masteries. And the Combat Masteries are built to basically complement the relic system, and in their words, giving you greater overall control of your battle buffs. And we don't have much more information other than that, so it'll be very interesting to see what Combat Masteries ultimately develop into. And one other change that will dramatically shift what regions you will potentially select in this league is that all 3 raids will now have the ability to drop any of the 3 mega rares. Meaning regardless of whether you're doing TOA, TOB, or Chambers, you will have the ability to get the Scythe, T-Bow, or the Shadow from any of the 3. And for this league, they've also made it possible to get multiple purples from TOA or TOB. Something that's going to dramatically shake up potential region choices, but maybe not even as much as the final change. And as the name implies, Leagues 5 Raging Echoes is now going to be introducing Echo Bosses and Echo Weapons. And these Echo Bosses are essentially just hard variants of existing bosses in the game, things like the Dagannoth Kings or the Calphite Queen. These are just a few they did give as examples, but there will be at least one Echo Boss in every single region. These bosses will also have their own unique mechanics and the ability to drop a specific Echo Weapon or item. We don't know any specifics on what bosses will drop what items or weapons just yet, but we did get early confirmation on one, and that is the Calphite Queen will be dropping a ranged Echo Weapon that competes with all best in-slot gear in any region. Meaning we're really going to have to wait and see what Echo Bosses there are and what items they're going to be dropping before we can really finalize what regions we're going to be picking. Because having the ability to pick a region like the desert, now giving you access to what potentially is the best in-slot range weapon from Calphite Queen, and the ability to do TOA and get a Scythe and a T-Bow like never before. Definitely not an announcement I saw coming at this weekend's Summer Summit, at least not with a release date so soon, just a few months away. But in reality, this is just the tip of the iceberg of what Leagues 5 is going to be. Now, the last thing I do want to mention before we end off is the expected release date for Leagues 5 is late November, and the league's also expected to last for 6 weeks. I'm excited to see what unfolds in the upcoming weeks. If you guys did enjoy the video, consider dropping a like, and if you want to see some more Leagues 5 content and theory crafting, hit that subscribe button down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one.